Did you know that on average, a person spends 90,000 hours of their lifetime at work? That's equivalent to over 10 years of nonstop labor. Time is a limited resource, and it often feels like there isn't enough of it. And if there's one thing I hear from business owners over and over again, it's this: Instagram takes up too much time. What I'm about to share with you is how my team and I shave off hours of sales and customer support time, plus how we get crazy click-through rates of 15 to 20%. Be jealous email marketing. For context, our emails are lucky to get 1% click-through rate. Today, I'm sharing my secrets on generating thousands of Instagram comments and messages without having to manually send one of them, plus creating a ravenous audience of people who are willing to click links, leave the Instagram app, and do other stuff I ask them to do. It's really quite amazing. To do so, I'm going to take you behind the scenes into our ManyChat account, which is where I set up these automations. Now, don't run away because I just said ManyChat or automations. These are really user-friendly tools and concepts that you as a business owner should get to know today because they are becoming more and more common and they are massive time savers. I'm going to give you 3 strategies and I'm going to show you the first 2 first. And once you understand them, you'll fully be able to understand and implement the last strategy, which is without a doubt the most powerful. Here I am inside of my ManyChat account. Highly recommend signing up for one and connecting your Instagram and your Facebook so that you can run these automations. Before I show you how to set them up, take a look at our history of what we've run in the past. This automation right here was when we were hiring, and if people commented the word jobs on my reel, then I was able to automatically DM them the link. And you can see that it ran 424 times, and over 19% of people who opened that DM with the link clicked through. You can see here we ran a sale where the trigger word was deck, and that ran almost 300 times with a 16% click-through rate. So this is the page of where you're going to set up automations. You can see on the left-hand side, there are quite a few options, but go to automation. This is where you're going to build up the flows. So I like to go to new flow, and there are templates that you can check out here if you'd like. And in this case, I'm just going to say start from scratch, and I'm going to choose what the trigger is going to be. So go to Instagram. And in this case, I want to set up an automation when someone replies to my story. So we'll start there. And here's where you're going to choose the settings. So do you want this message to go to a follower for all stories or a specific story? So let's leave it at all stories. And then do we want the reply to contain any word or a specific word? So we want the person or the follower to reply to my story with a specific word. Let's say green is our keyword. And like I said, sometimes I do it in lowercase too, but I don't think it matters. And so that way, when someone replies to my story with the word green, I'm going to set up this automated reply. I can also automatically like replies too. So let's turn that on and let's save that. Now we need to choose what happens after they use this trigger word. Sometimes I like to save it so that I know what the trigger is. So now the step that we're going to go to is Instagram, and this is where we're going to write the message. So when someone replies to our story, what do we want them to say back? So we can go, hey there. And you can look at this menu option right here and choose whether you want to actually input their first name or any of these other fields. I find if you use this field, what's going to happen is ManyChat will choose whatever is pulled from the name field here. So some people don't have their name in their name field. So that's why I tend to steer away from it. So that's my message that I'm going to reply back to. Now we haven't published this yet. That's why this is showing as disabled. So let's go ahead and hit publish. Oh, and first of all, you can see that there might be an issue with my URL here. So make sure you're inserting a URL that you've already gone to and you know works. So we'll go to this URL. So now I can see that the URL is good to be clicked. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And you can see here that the trigger automatically went into activated mode. So again, anyone who replies to my story with the word green is going to get this response. I can even preview it in ManyChat as well. There we go. I can see how it's going to look. Or I recommend actually picking up your phone, signing into an Instagram account that's not the one sending the message, and then testing it that way. So here's one of my stories. stories. I'm gonna reply with green, hit send, and then I can see here that I've already gotten a reply, that they've liked my reply, and then I've gotten the link sent to me as well. So make sure you click it and make sure it works. This automation is powerful in order to send links 24/7 while you sleep, but check out some of these posts of mine that have 580 comments, 355 comments. These were all set up by automation, and I made sure to set up a trigger so that when someone commented on my post or reel, they would get a DM. So let me show you how that works. We're gonna go back into this automation homepage. We're gonna go into new flow, and we're gonna say start from scratch, and we're going to choose our trigger. So go to the Instagram menu and then say, when user comments on your post or reel, that's the one that we want. So I'm gonna choose that one. Now here we can choose to create this trigger based off of a specific post. So here's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna select the publication, something that's already live, or you can say any post or reel. So it depends what makes the most sense for this automation. So I tend to go with any post or reel, and then I choose the comment has to contain specific words. So let's say if I'm running a webinar or a live launch on July 1st, I want people to enter in July 1st, and I'm gonna do a couple variations of this just in case there's any typos, someone doesn't have a space there. So these are all keywords that will trigger the automation. If there's any comments that you want to be excluded, you can add them here too. Now, I like to turn on public auto response in feed. This allows you to automatically reply to their comment when they comment July 1st, right? So if you go into this reel right here, you can see that when people comment the trigger, there is an automatic reply from me being sent. So this just continues to boost how many comments you're getting. So here you can create multiple comments. So you got it, check your DMs. All right, so what ManyChat's gonna do is as people are commenting July 1st on your post, it's gonna cycle through these responses, okay? Now hit save, and it's still disabled because we haven't told ManyChat what to do next. So we're gonna choose Instagram, and this is the message we want to send them. So this is about 5 lines of text. It's a bit on the long side. I like to keep these messages 3, maybe 4 lines of text, but try it out, see how it goes. And again, you're getting a preview right here of what the message is going to say. So one last key step to getting this automation to work is to check this off, because this is the function that says send this message when people use that comment trigger. Okay, so this is ready to go. We're gonna hit publish. And again, this has now turned live. So again, if anyone posts to any reel with these trigger words, they are going to get this auto reply to their comment, and then this is going to be sent to their DMs. Again, you can go ahead and preview it and see what it's going to look like, but I always recommend to open another Instagram account and comment on a reel with this trigger word. Let's do it right now. So let's go to my Instagram profile from another account, and let's go to something back down here, and let's go to the comments. And let's say July 1, and then hit post. And let's look to see if this automation is working correctly. So I can see that I just got a reply to it. So when you go to your DMs, you can see that the auto message we just wrote is there. It all looks good. Again, tap on the link, make sure everything works correctly, and our testing is complete. So in just a few minutes, we've set up 2 automations that are gonna work 24/7, whether people are replying to my story or commenting on my posts. And I want to show you what other options we have here. So whenever you go to new trigger, take a look. These are the 2 that we just went through, but you can also set up a trigger for someone when they send you a direct message with a specific keyword, or when a user comments on going live. So it's very similar process to what you just watched me do, but look at all this automation that you can set up. So let's say you're taking a vacation for a week. You can make sure that anyone who DMs you a keyword is still getting the link to join your email list, or is still getting the link to your webinar, whatever that might be. So think about the power and think about how much time this is going to save you. Amazing, right? Now, before you get too sucked into automating everything in your business, don't forget this key concept. People do business with people. Instagram is an amazing relationship building tool for business. And while automations are a great time saver, there are some things that you shouldn't shortcut. Watch this video next to make sure you're not making these sales crushing mistakes with your Instagram account. See you there.